Moving on to the rooms and spaces, the aisles and pathways to materials and services are not at least 36 inches wide. A possible solution for that would be to rearrange the furniture and clear the aisles. There is a 5-foot circle or T-shaped space for turning a wheelchair completely. The carpeting is low pile, is tightly and is secure. The circulation paths through the public areas are all obstacles cane detectable, as you can see here. Moving on to the emergency, there are emergency systems provided. They do have flashing lights and audible signals, so it is really loud. For example, when we have fire drills, everybody's able to hear that and move on with the procedures. The signs for goods and services. There are signs for the room numbers and the designated areas. The signs are mounted. They are 60 inches from the floor, mounted on the wall. They are also, the raised character size is 5 to 8. There's also Braille text with the same information. There are pictures as well. There are signs for information and directions that are above 80 inches. So they have letters that are at least 3 inches height. It also complies with the requirements. Moving on to the controls, they're available for use by the public. They are 36 inches height. They are operable with a closed fist. The seat, table, and counters, they are 36 inches in width. Also, the spaces for wheelchair seating is distributed throughout. The top end tables and counters are actually 30 inches in height. And also, knee spaces at accessible tables are 29 for the height, 30 for width, and 19 in depth. Also, the type of cashier counter, it is actually 36 inches height. Also 36 inches height for the portion of food ordering counters. And moving on along, the vertical circulation, the ramp, lift, and elevators are for all public levels. And on each level, there are stairs between the entrance door, or there's also an elevator that is accessible to the public. The stairs, they are non-slip. Also, they have rails on both sides with extensions beyond the top and the bottom stairs. The elevators are visible. They're verbal and audible. There's an arrow that shows you where to press if you're going up the floor or going down. And also for the door opening and closing. The call buttons in the hallway are actually 42 inches in height, and the controls inside the cab have raised and braille lettering. Still on the topic of the elevators, there's a sign on both door jambs at every floor identifying the floor in raised and braille letters. There's an emergency intercom. It is usable without voice communication. There's also an emergency intercom, which is identified by braille and raised letters. The lift can be used without assistance. There is at least 30 inches clear space for a person in a wheelchair, like our student that we have. that utilizes a wheelchair. The controls are actually 24 inches in height. Moving on to the restrooms. They're available to the public. There is at least one bathroom for females and males. And there's a sign on the outside to let the individuals know. Also, doorways and passages. There's a tactile sign identifying restrooms, like I already mentioned. Stalls. There is a accessible stall. There are grab bars behind and on the side wall nearest to the toilet, which is accessible for an individual on a wheelchair. Here's a picture. Those are the two handles. Anything else? Oh. This is a picture in the boys' bathroom. Also, there is so 8 inches clear space. The rim is actually 32 inches in height, which is a little bit less than what the checklist mentions. There is also 28 inches of height from the floor to the bottom of the lavatory apron. The faucet can be operated with one closed fist. There's also another picture. Also, the soap dispenser can be accessible. The mirror, it is mounted with the bottom edge, just like you see on the picture. Drinking fountains. It is, the dimensions for that is 30 by 48 of clear space. It is also 36 inches in height from the ground. All the controls are mounted on the front and on the side near the front edge. And it is accessible with one closed fist. Each water fountain is cane detectable. The measurements are 18 inches and 3 inches height. Now for the telephones, I did not find a lot of information about the phones. So some of the possible solutions would be some of the things that are mentioned here. It would be maybe to contact the phone company to install push buttons, have the phone replaced with a hearing aid compatible one, add a sign, install a text telephone, maybe have a portable TT available, provide a shelf and outlet next to phone. And also, if there was to have a phone, maybe we could lower the telephone. So this is how the phones in all this building looks like. Doorways and passages. Pictures and symbols are used to identify restrooms, like I mentioned before. There's raised characters and braille included. The doorway is at least 36 inches of clear width, which is a little bit more than 32 inches. The doors have accessible handles. They are 36 inches in height. And doors can be opened easily. I don't have any information on the floors. There is a 36 inches wide pad to all fixtures. The stall door is operable with a closed fist. And also there is a wheelchair accessible stall that has an area of at least 5 feet by 5 feet, which actually in this building it is 8 by 8, which is a little bit more. And that concludes my findings on my building.